Welcome to a macro view, where we take an in-depth look at Roll20 macros and break them down in an attempt to make you a better macro maker. Thanks for joining me. My name is Jim. Let's get started. Hey everybody, welcome to the channel. This video is healing word macro. And so this is very, very similar to cure wounds, which we covered last video. But let's look at healing word and how it differs from cure wounds. First of all, cure wounds is an action to cast, and it's a touch spell. So you actually have to be adjacent and touch someone to cast it, and it takes an action. And it does 1/8 healing. So healing word is half as much healing because it's 1/4. But it's a bonus action, and you can cast it on somebody up to 60 feet away. So it says a creature of your choice that you can see within range regains hit points equal to 1/4 plus your spellcasting ability modifier. When you cast a spell level using spell slot of 2nd level or higher, the healing increases by 1/4 for each slot level above 1st. So let's build it. It's going to be very similar to cure wounds. So remember, we always start with ampersand, brace, template, default, and then we're going to name it healing word, and then we start the first row. So again, we're going to ask the player what level you want to cast it at, because based on what level you cast it at, the rolls for the healing are more. So we do that by using a question mark and a brace, and that starts the question. So here's the question: cast at level, and then pipe. So this is what you're going to ask them, what level you want to cast it at, basically. So now you start putting in their choices. And so we're going to go level 1, comma, pipe, level 2, comma, pipe. And let's just do this. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And we're going to take this off and end it after the 9. And we're also going to put in our 2 braces to end the row. So these 2 braces correspond to these 2 braces, and this brace corresponds to this brace. So the query is here, and then these 2 and these 2 correspond to start and end the row. And we need to change this to level 9. Level 9 is the highest spell you can cast, so you don't need any more than that. 9, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Okay, so those are your options. You can cast it at level 1 through 9. So now after the comma is what happens if they select that from the list. So in this case, we're just going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So we'll run this, and if they pick level 8, it should return an 8. If they pick level 6, it should return a 6. And that you'll see how it kind of works. So let's run this. Do this. Clear the chat. Okay, level 1. Here's healing word, and it returns a 1. So if here's our input value, cast at level, that's this right here. And then here's your choices: level 1, level 2, level 3. And then what happens if you select it? It's going to return a 1, 2, 3, etc. So let's say level 4 should return a 4, and it does. If I run it at level 7, returns a 7. Okay, so the query is working correctly. So now this is where we're going to, let's do this, Makes it easier to understand. So we're going to go like this. Oops. And we're going to go like this, just so we can make more sense of it. And I don't know if this will run or we have to put it back in a block, but we will try it. Let's go ahead and try and run it and see if it still works. 1. Okay, so it does work. Cool, we can do it this way. All right, so instead of 1, we're gonna have something happen because they're gonna cast this at level 1. So we're gonna start it by, it's a selected token action, so he's gonna select who he wants to heal. All right, so let's say I'm healing Rin, right? So I want Rin's name. So I'm gonna use a stat call to the character sheet, and I'm gonna say at brace selected. So the person I select, I need their token name. Okay, so that is a stat call to the character sheet to return the person that I selected, their name. And then I'm going to put receives, and then we're going to do our roll. And that is contained in brackets. And according to Healing Word, you get a 1d4 plus your spellcasting ability modifier. And we're going to say that Skeeky's casting that. He is our healer. So the system is going to roll a 1d4 plus, and then we're going to call to get a stat from a character sheet. So we're going to go at brace Skeeki, because we need Skeeky's, not the person we selected, but we need Skeeky's wisdom modifier because that's his mod. So on here it says 1d4 plus your spellcasting ability modifier. Skeeky's spellcasting modifier is, or ability modifier is, wisdom. So again, stat calls always look like this. At, and then embraces. Whose sheet are you calling, and what stat do you want? Just like this. The person I selected, I want their token name. So this is always what a stat call to a character sheet looks like. Okay, so that ends what we need for the roll. So we're going to end that. Whoops, I already did that. So we're going to end it with 2 races, and then we're going to say healing from Skeeki. Okay. So what this is going to do is this is what should print in the first row is the person I selected's name. So if I select Rin, it should say Rin receives, and then it's going to roll a 1d4 and add Skeeky's wisdom modifier, which is a 6, to the statement. So it'll say Rin receives a value, healing, spelled correctly, from Skeeki. Okay. So let's run that and see what happens at level 1. So level 1, I'm selected right here. I'm selected on Skeeki. I hit submit. Rin receives 10 healing from Skeeki. And if you look at it, it's a 1d4 plus 6. He rolled a 4, which is maximum value, plus a 6 for a healing of 10. Now what we're going to do is we're just going to take this and we're going to do the same thing no matter what they pick. Just like that, and we're going to go 2d4, 3d4, 4d4, 5d4, 6d4, 7d4, 8d4, 9d4. Okay, now let's run it. Now whatever level they cast it at, that should be the appropriate roll. So we're going to cast it at level 2, submit, and you can see it rolled 2d4 plus 6, a 3 and a 3, and it added 6 to it. So let's run it at level 4. 4, which should be 4 die 4. Yep. Rolling 4 die 4 plus 6, a 4, a 1, a 2, and a 4. Adds the 6 to it, and that's the amount of healing that they receive. So that spell right there is Healing Word, or that macro. I will have this in the description below. And the one modification that I want to make to it, just like we did with Cure Wounds, is if you look at a cleric who has a Disciple of Life, so if they pick the life domain as a cleric, first of all, you get 2 free spells, known spells, and then you get at first level. So our druid actually dipped 1 level into cleric and picked the life domain solely for this purpose. It says starting at first level, your healing spells are more effective whenever you use a spell of first level or higher to restore hit points to a creature. The creature regains additional hit points equal to 2 plus the spell's level. So at level 1, he gets to add 3 to every healing spell, no matter what spell it is. If it's a healing spell in which he restores hit points, he gets to add 3 points to it at level 1. And then at level 2, he gets to add 2 plus 2, which is 4. Level 3 would be 5. Level 4 would be 6, and so on. So if he has this feature, how do we incorporate that into our macro? Very simply. We're going to come up here. We're going to say plus 3. And we're going to go, oops, sorry. Only 1 plus, and that plus here. So he gets, it rolls a 1 die 4. He gets 3 from his Disciple of Life because it's 2 plus the spell level, which is 1, so that's 3 points. Then he gets that as modifier. So it should be 1 die 4 plus 3 plus 6. And then all you're going to do is you're going to take this. And you're going to go 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. So basically what this is doing is because of the Disciple of Life feature, it's 2 plus the spell level. So if he casts at level 4, he gets 4 for the level and 2, which is an additional 6. If he casts at level 7, he gets 7 plus an additional 2, which is 9. So this column right here is his Disciple of Life. This is the appropriate roll for whatever level he picks, and then he gets to add his modifier. So let's run it and see what happens. If we level up 1, should 1 die 4 plus 3 for the Disciple of Life, plus 6 for his Wisdom modifier. The system rolled a 3, adds 3 and 3, 3 and 6 for a result of 12. So let's run it at, let's do a level 4. So it's 4 die 4. That's the dice he gets for level 4. Plus 6, because it's the spell level, which is 4. Plus 2 for the Disciple of Life, which is 6. Plus 6 for the Wisdom modifier. So it's 4 die 4 plus 6 plus 6. He rolled a 1, 2, 4, and a 1. And then he added 6 and 6 for a result of 20. So that's how you incorporate the Disciple of Life ability from a cleric's life domain into your healing spell. In this case, Healing Word. So that's how Healing Word works. This particular spell will last you from level 1 all the way to level 20. You never have to touch it again because it incorporates casting it at level 1 all the way to level 9, which level 9 is the highest you can cast. So hopefully this helps. Great macro. I've used it many, many times. And hopefully it helps speed things up for your healing. And appreciate you watching. Like and subscribe. We'll see you on the next one.